I wanted to create something. I wanted to create the paintings that would evoke emotions of peace, love in the people's mind and influence them in a way that will kind of provoke the emotions of love and calmness and peace. I'm studying a lot of abstract art in general because I'm fascinated by that. Actually, abstract art, classical music, electronic music, and subconscious are so deeply connected. And I feel all these artists and musicians, they were trying to reach God through their creations. And I don't know, I just find it so interesting anyway, and I study a lot about it. But I thought about it that there is actually no way that I will create something meaningful if I already know the result of it. No way. Kandinsky, in his book Spirituality and Art, he wrote this phrase. It was something about that the artist puts his psyche and his energy into his artwork, and this is what makes this art real and alive. I suppose there is no absolute way you can create something alive, something truthful, something authentic, that you are already know the result of it, that you have the exact framework how it's supposed to work, how it's supposed to influence somebody, how it's supposed to look by the end. Basically, if you know the exact outcome of this thing, there is no way you're going to create something meaningful. By the way, I'm just exploring. It's not a statement, I'm just exploring, because at the same time it just seems quite opposite to actual idea how we settle in our goals. Because in settling goals they all say, and in manifestation techniques they all say, it should be something like exact, like you should know exactly what you want. Well, I don't know how did I came to the manifestations and goals, because I was actually talking about art that feels alive, that feels like it talks to you, art that provokes something within you. And I don't think it's possible to create true piece of art if you already know how it's supposed to look by the end. I mean, you can create it, but I think it's just going to be that art. It looks beautiful, but there is no soul, there is no essence. I think the essence and the soul only can be infused into the art created in the natural process of life. Because what creates life? What makes things alive? God. God makes things alive. Not human mind, God. And there is no way your human mind can create something alive. Only human mind. There is always needs to be left space for God and for magic to happen. And when we control the entire process, the entire outcome, there is no way we're gonna leave space for God to let it do its things. I think creating art, true art, it's purely explorative process of allowing life happening through you. Allowing life happening through you, and basically you're just a vessel for life. You have no idea where this life will bring you. You have no idea where this brushstroke will take you, where another layer of paint will take you, what's going to be by the end. You have no idea. This is how I see art. But actually the living, it's also art. Art of living. It is two ways of living if we make it radical. One way of living when you control and plan everything, when you have exact targets for everything, and you live by mind like like a machine. I don't know, there is no life in there, there is no essence. But most people live like that because we don't have enough trust for life to let life happen in its natural way, to let the essence reveal itself, to let the path reveal itself. I think it's just so beautiful if we can do such thing, if we truly can allow life to happen, and if we allow our life to be a canvas. Life is a canvas, and I guess us, it's like a brush, and some kind of force, God, moving that brush, Not the brush is actually, brush is what paints the canvas, but there is a hand that holds that brush. And I think that hand is God, if I could use a metaphor for that. And the question comes again, right? Is there a free will? If everything is so defined by God and you are just a brush and you need things happen naturally and unfold in its own way without interfering with your stupid human mind. If it is so, what are you here to do? Why am I recording these videos? Why am I exploring these ideas? Why am I even thinking about it? Why I'm trying to wake up tomorrow and make such a choices as exercising, eating good food, creating these videos, gathering together in human presence circles. Why am I doing all these things? Well, I don't know. I don't know. If I don't do these things, if I don't take care of my physical body, mental body, of the people that I love, of myself, I just feel bad. And the only meaning I found for myself in life, it's just try to feel good, And I guess that good feeling, that feeling good is actually what guides us. What is our guide? I think you supposed to feel good in a natural way. I know I talk a lot about negative emotions and allowing negative emotions to happen, and sometimes I wake up and I feel like shit, and I give myself permission to feel like shit, because I realize there is a lot of distortion inside of me, not inside of me, because there's nothing wrong with me, but in the way I perceive world, in my perception of the world. And I don't think it will take one lifetime for me to heal all this distortion, and healing happen in its own natural way. I'm not here to try to heal and control this healing and trying to analyze my distortions. I'm just here to live life, and the healing will happen in its own spiral, natural way. I just need to allow this to happen, because things eventually emerging in its own rhythm in this big life where we are all interconnected and guided by some force that we have no idea about with our small minds. So I actually believe there is a free will. There is a free will. I believe so. If I have to be radical, saying yes or no, I would say yes. But it's just a belief. I don't think I can back up this with yes, and argue with someone who says no, there is no free will, everything is predetermined by our nature, we just bionic machines, everything predetermined by genes, behaviors, our experiences and all these things. Maybe I'm not here to argue, but if I would have to choose yes or no, I would say yes, there is free will. I just believe that free will is actually what guides me towards to do the things that makes me feel good. But there is also God and the force that also drives you, and I think those things are work together, not actually arguing with each other and confront each other, but actually they are kind of together, working in its own balanced way. Yeah, that's about it. Just wanted to share that about art. I was just watching this YouTube video about Pollock, the American abstract artist, how he was doing his art, and that just made me think about it. This guy had no idea what kind of paint would appear by the end of the journey. He didn't even have an idea when will be the end of the journey. I mean, the journey for the paint, when the paint will be over. And it made me think a lot about things. And I thought that's actually this human presence circle that will be happening, by the way, this week. I also want to make it into explorative process of our nature and allow nature to live through us without attaching ourselves to any kind of circle income. And it could be like an experiment where we just being real and honest and kind of create this field together and just exploring through reflections of each other. I love you. Thank you for being here.